Robots in Disguise 2015 is a show that gets picked on quite a lot. There are of course people who like it, but I admit the majority of people I talk to don't, or they think it's just alright. Transformers Prime fans are the most unhappy of this show, and they will even tell you things like they refuse to see it as canon. There are a few reasons the show can be disliked, such as the way characters are written, the plot, its predictability, but I have never seen any dislike based on its lower target audience age. Transformers Prime fans are not mad that it isn't as dark. Actually, Transformers Prime fans speak very highly of Rescue Bots, which is definitely made for little kids. The heart of the problem is how Robots in Disguise 2015 wrote Optimus and Bumblebee. Even the people who like Robots in Disguise may be nodding now, conceding that for how the show portrayed Optimus Prime, it should be critiqued. You know what, we don't need to criticize Optimus' visual design. For sure, I know a crowd of people who dislike how he looks from his big rectangular shoulders to his plain face, but mostly, they dislike that Optimus lost his wings and Transformers Prime upgrade. Alright, let's do a quick explanation for any newcomers. Robots in Disguise 2015 is a show intended to follow Transformers Prime as a sequel. That cannot in any way be denied. This show, whether you want it to be canon or not, follows the same story. Robots in Disguise references Transformers Prime, such as the destroyed Autobot base, relics of Transformers Prime, events from the episodes, and even aligned continuity lore, such as Megatron naming himself after Megatronus. This show does not stand alone as its own Transformers universe, but if it did, I know fans would be way less harsh with it. You just have characters who were beloved in Transformers Prime return as watered-down versions of themselves. They are less capable, less wise, frustrated, or childish. The last two apply to Bumblebee, but the first two definitely refer to Optimus. What did they do to Optimus? Oh god, I could barely watch any episode he was in. It's not just that Robots in Disguise 2015 brought Optimus back from the dead. I know that is a Transformers trope. Optimus and Megatron always freaking die, but then surprise, they come back to life and with new powered up bodies. Like seriously, it happens over and over again across Transformers shows, so fans no longer freak out if Optimus or Megatron die. It's an eye roll, what we expect. People are not happy that the end of TFP allowed Optimus to sacrifice himself in an emotional scene only for that to be undone. Optimus dies to bring life back to Cybertron, but then the sequel has Optimus immediately come back, which just takes away the weight of what he did. If Optimus always comes back after death, we just yawn every time a show pretends Optimus is making a noble sacrifice. But I'm not going to blame this show for wanting to bring in Optimus as one of their characters. The writer's hands may have been forced, the corporate claiming that we can't have a show without Optimus, and we need to sell Optimus toys, so put him in. It's not a sentiment I share. Reusing the same characters and personalities is boring, and for me it's very refreshing when the show Cyberverse let a new cast take main roles in Season 3. Go ahead, let new Autobots or Decepticons lead and fight each other, like Starsaber and Deathsaurus. But so the show brought back Optimus. Now, Robots in Disguise is responsible for how they portray him when he's on screen. You bring in Optimus, you got to think of old Optimus fans and of creating a new generation of Optimus fans. Old fans and new fans keep the Transformers franchise going. If you're including classic characters, you need to take care of the perception of these big merchandise characters: Optimus, Bumblebee, Megatron, Starscream, Soundwave, and Shockwave. But Bumblebee and Optimus have a very frustrating relationship in Robots in Disguise that grates the nerves of everyone. Optimus is incapable, weakened, less wise, and inconsiderate of Bumblebee. Bumblebee is awkward, insecure as hell, and whining when he doesn't get to be the leader.
Will you stay to help me uncover the truth about this Decepticon island?
Yes. As team leader, I agree. Go off-road, team.
No, I don't want us to risk unforeseen driving hazards we might encounter if we leave the highway.
I appreciate your input, Optimus, but as leader of the team, I say we make our own road. I know this part of Earth better than you do.
And if it...
We will deal with any obstacles or resistance when the time comes. Awkward.
Optimus is introduced in Episode 1 as a ghostly vision leading Bumblebee to Earth. It's such a Mufasa stereotype, but it's not so bad yet. Nothing makes me more upset than Optimus needing to be trained by Macronus Prime before he can return to the living. This alone is why I was like, you know what, somebody needs to make a video about this subject. Optimus does not need this. Holy crap, he does not need this training. The show really treats it like he does. Like, Optimus freaking Prime needs to be taught basic lessons like keeping his focus in battle.
Are you ready for anything, Optimus Prime?
I am, Micronus. I have overcome all the challenges you and the other Primes have presented me with.
Trust me, the tests we've used to train you here in our realm are nothing compared to what you'll face once you're on Earth. Your test is to climb this hill.
Surely it cannot be that simple. You brought defenseless humans to the realm of the Primes?
An Intellectabot, you're definitely not.
I cannot pass this test by employing this weapon merely as a sword. Tell me what else it can do.
Learning to handle a new weapon, protecting human lives, facing off against a powerful threat. It sure is a lot to deal with, isn't it, Optimus?
Please, help me!
Before this test began, you were focused on your mission on Earth. After the test began, you were focused on battling the enemy. But Optimus, what was the test?
The humans. None of them were real. But why?
You needed to believe they were real, so the test could deliver the proper lesson. Focus will mean everything amidst the storm to come, Optimus. You're going to be faced with all manner of distractions, from trivial to personal to life-threatening.
Some Optimuses are more experienced than others across the shows and comics, like Transformers Animated Optimus is young and not the ultimate leader, but Aligned Continuity Optimus, Robots in Disguises Optimus, is very experienced. This bot led a faction in war for anywhere between thousands to 1,000,000 years or more. The length of the war is not clear in this universe, but imagine you are a war general for even a century. I would say you damn well know war and fighting if you lead for 100 years. Optimus kept this faction alive and fighting for many centuries at the least, and he participated in those physical battles. There is hardly anyone else in Transformers history with more experience than Optimus and Megatron. In those thousands of years, Optimus fought in all kinds of environments and on different planets. Fighting over lava, that is nothing new at all. Optimus has more experience than Micronus Prime being a leader, experiencing war and facing a variety of opponents. In the Aligned Continuity, Micronus Prime only fought Unicron. He did simulations with the other Primes to prepare for Unicron. Optimus Prime is the reincarnation of 13, one of the Primes who defeated Unicron. Upon receiving the Matrix, Optimus did already receive the memories and lessons of the ancient Primes, so what Micronus knows, Optimus is supposed to already know. Let's not forget that Optimus Prime beat Unicron in Transformers Prime 2 and prevented his return. Unicron, the demonic god, so how can Micronus and the other Primes dare say he isn't ready to face Megatronus Prime?
Micronus, I have been training for what seems like cycles. Surely I am prepared for...
Optimus, I'll let you know when you're surely prepared to... It begins. And you are not ready.
Micronus, the crisis is upon us, and we sense our chosen champion is not prepared.
Megatronus is just one dude who doesn't even have major powers or skills. The threat he poses is minor compared to Unicron, and in fact, he's taken down much more easily than Megatron. It takes one battle, and Megatronus loses. This guy is here for 2 episodes basically, but Megatron couldn't be beat in a millennia of clashes. So Micronus shits on Optimus's abilities. This show really took Optimus and made him go through training sessions, made him bumble around and have no idea what Micronus's lessons were. Optimus is portrayed as easily distracted and not able to see what is most important in battle. Trust me, Optimus knows what the hard choices are. He is someone who has seen people die. Let people die for the greater good. That is a real point in the lore books. When Optimus comes back to life in this show, Bumblebee had to direct him in battle. It's just embarrassing, and Bumblebee is presented as the right one. You're supposed to be like, yeah Optimus, we can't focus on that right now, listen to Bumblebee.
Collect the minicons!
No, we have to keep moving!
We cannot leave them here to...
Stop treating me like Optimus! Bumblebee! Optimus questioning my orders back there really cost us. We're down a teammate and I've lost one of our most powerful weapons. Tell me, why do you think you should be leading the team right now?
Experience. I have always led.
Here's my case. I know Steeljaw. I know what our teammates can and can't do, and I've been leading them for a while now without you looking over my shoulder.
But hey, even if Bumblebee is right, my god, does he have to be so whiny? He's always like, I'm the leader, like the most insecure kid. Any episode when someone new steps in, Bumblebee gets so possessive of Sideswipe, Strongarm, and Grimlock. Is that really a lesson to teach the kid viewers? To be so whiny and frustrated, to think you're better than someone with much more experience than you? That you should be leader just because you really want to? Oh, and it gets worse. Optimus gets pitied following the fight against Megatronus. Optimus loses his bonus energy that the Ancient Primes granted him once Megatronus is defeated. This makes him weak. Sideswipe is disrespectful from the start of Season 2, calling him Pops and thinking he's just an old weak bot to shove to the sidelines. And then the other characters start agreeing with Sideswipe. They awkwardly try to discourage Optimus from a leadership role and from battling.
Ugh, give it a rest, will you, Strongarm? You bugging Pops for war stories is getting older than, well, Pops.
Let us continue our mission.
Optimus, you should take it easy.
I am functional. And if I am functional, then I am capable of assisting as I heal.
He's about as weak as a frayed fan belt.
I'll snap you in two if you don't stop that kind of talk.
You've had some wonky ideas, B, but putting Optimus in charge of us, that's...
None of us is going to be able to make Optimus change his mind. Let him lead as best he can, and try to position him where his condition can't jeopardize your missions, at least until his strength returns.
How?
Suggest he hang back to coordinate communications or formulate strategy, something like that.
Yes, Optimus is weak. The show makes him weak, and even more frustrating, they don't let Optimus be wise enough to know he needs to step down and recover.
Will not be easy, but...
Are you injured, Optimus Prime?
I am fine, Drift.
Hey, Optimus, if the cold is slowing you down, why don't you just go back and coordinate communications for us?
What Sideswipe means, sir, is that you're too valuable to be up here.
I agree. If you relocate to the bottom of the mountain, you could hold your strength in reserve in case we encounter difficulty.
That's not exactly what I was...
That might well be a prudent suggestion. Perhaps I... Continue up the mountain. I will provide cover.
Optimus, you are too exposed.
Do not argue. You must continue up the mountain.
He's like a grandpa who thinks he can do something he can't, and the young characters have to deal with him. As a kids show, young viewers are connecting with the young characters and sharing their embarrassment. You're making kids embarrassed of Optimus. What fans of Optimus are being generated if you're showing a weak old Optimus with no self-awareness?
Does this mean you're ready to admit Optimus might have something valuable to contribute to the team?
Did you hear Optimus's voice? Just scanning that truck wiped him out.
Have you tried recalibrating for... Optimus? Are you hurt?
I am fine, Windblade.
Optimus isn't up for this. He was at low ed before those mini-cons showed up.
Even if that is so, Optimus is too proud to admit to such a handicap.
And I tried to give him an out that wouldn't offend him. I can't believe I tried not to offend someone.
He's Optimus Prime. We have to protect him.
He is a Prime. He knows how to take care of himself.
The trick is protecting Optimus without letting him know we're doing so.
Alright, sure, they give Optimus a few moments to be cool, such as when he powers up the face Starscream. But that fails. Optimus fails. The pattern of the show is to make Optimus fail so that Bumblebee and his team can truly be the ones who save the day. Because as is typical in kids shows, you promote the power of teamwork, yay let's be friends and see what we accomplish. Except, Robots in Disguise's teamwork walks all over Optimus. I strongly believe Rescue Bots and Rescue Bots Academy knows much more about how to write teamwork as a good example for children. The adult figures of their shows are respected, they offer guidance, they get the kids in trouble when they do something wrong. Still, the kids get to improve themselves. Many Rescue Bots Academy episodes start off with the kid robots making a mistake and then coming together to do the right thing in the end.
So what you're saying is that the responsibility for what happened is all yours?
Yes, sir.
It's mine too.
It was still wrong of you to go on a rescue without telling us. But your honesty has earned you the right to go to the Cube game.
What? No way.
After you finish cleaning the Academy from top to bottom.
Tough, but fair.
And the kid robots have better relationships over time, whereas from start to finish, the Robots in Disguise team never improves. They learn lessons about teamwork and trust in one episode, and is forgotten later, and Strongarm and Sideswipe are fighting non-stop. Optimus appears in Rescue Bots shows, and is highly respected whenever he is on screen. Robots in Disguise makes him pathetic, so its other characters look wiser and more capable. At the end of the day, you know Robots in Disguise could have worked without Optimus in it at all. Anything Optimus does, any fight he is in, you could have replaced him with another character. And had they done that, old fans wouldn't have been so offended to see how a beloved character is being treated. Let me remind you that this is Transformers Prime Optimus and Bumblebee. Transformers Prime Bumblebee had full respect for Optimus, and Optimus was the one teaching him. But when Bumblebee disobeyed him in Transformers Prime, Optimus gave him understanding and compassion. Transformers Prime Bumblebee is still the childish character for kids to relate to, but he's not incompetent despite that. He's cute and capable, supporting Optimus very well. Robots in Disguise Bumblebee is childish in a cringe hyper way, and then he goes bossing people around. He is rude towards Optimus, and Optimus doesn't really listen to Bumblebee. I see no respect or love between them. Optimus is not the benevolent older figure who makes you feel warm and taken care of listening to him. Not every Optimus has to be that, but for a sequel of Transformers Prime in which Optimus is an experienced war leader, yes, it's the responsibility of Robots in Disguise 2015 to write in character. They did not write in character, and they put down Optimus Prime to lift up the show's team of bickering teenagers.
Optimus and I had this whole conversation about who leads this team a long time ago.
I remember.
Sometimes it feels like he can't help treating me like I'm still his scout. I mean, I don't want to wonder what Optimus thinks or would do every time I make a decision. And I don't want to keep countermanding him. It could cost us in the field.
Bumblebee has come a long way since the last time I saw him.
He has led his team well.
I sense there is a but coming.
But I worry Bumblebee is not ready to lead a team this size. On a mission of this magnitude. And now that I am restored to the strength level I had before the Primes lent me their power.
You feel you should lead?
I do not wish to disrespect my former scout. I am not sure I should step back into such a role with so much hanging in the balance.